Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, and today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2017, and you know what? I think this is my week 197 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. That's a lot of videos. So how is everybody? I loved everybody who came out on the Naked Truth, for the Naked Truth, which I'm not calling the Naked Truth anymore because YouTube doesn't like that name, but I liked it that everyone came out and hung out with us. With me and Foodie Turned Sleevey on Sunday night. If you didn't get a chance to watch the video, I'll link it below so you can check it out. So, is that a clickbait title? Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. So what's going on with me? I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on April 14th, 2014, which means I'm coming up on my 4-year post-op, or 4 years post-surgery. In just a couple of months, I have maintained a weight loss of about 180 pounds for about 2.5 years now. Now, if you're used to my introduction and hearing what I say all the time, you'll know that that is a little different than what I usually say. Because usually I say I've maintained a 200-pound weight loss, but I am, I've experienced a little regain over the past couple months, and that's what I want to talk about today, because I think a lot of us in the community have, or at least the people who are around my weight loss surgery class have been dealing with this. And around the new year, I saw a lot of videos, and we're all really pretty hard on ourselves about this. And I'm not saying that we should be in denial about it, but I also don't know that we should be quite as hard on ourselves as we are about it. So that sort of led to my video topic for this week. I was thinking about it this morning on my walk, and I knew it was what I wanted to talk about, but I sort of had a full circle moment about it. Yesterday, I did something really stupid, or it was like the outcome of something that was really stupid, and something that is sort of related to a lot of shame that I have in terms of not taking care of business and stupid stuff I shouldn't be doing when I'm 50 years old, and that kind of thing. And I've talked about that a little bit before on here, but anyway, it's something that typically would bring up a lot of shame and beating up on myself. However, I was with someone when it happened, and their response to it was to treat me with a lot of kindness and grace and love. And I started thinking about that today as it related to how I treat myself sometimes and how we talk to ourselves about things. And by being in a situation where I wasn't, I don't know, humiliated any more than I was already beating myself up about it, it sort of enabled me to come home and start taking care of it a little bit. And that's sort of new for me. So I was just thinking about that as it related to weight loss and regain, and that's where the title of this video comes from, loving the regain. Do I love the regain? No. Have I been being sort of shitty to myself about it? Yes. But I think a lot of us have spent our whole lives fighting our body, or fighting regain, or beating it, just like saying we suck because we gained weight, or we suck because we're fat, or we suck because we can't do what everybody else can do. And it just sort of, it's been hitting me a little bit over time, but just this morning it really came clear to me that I don't want to fight anymore, and I don't want to be shitty to myself about something. I don't want to be shitty about this. I don't want to be shitty to myself about this anymore. So what does that mean? I was pretty much ignoring the regain until the last month. And you know me, I always talk about one small step. That's the only way that I was able to lose 200 pounds, even with weight loss surgery, was to take one small step towards it at a time. And that started pre-op, because the program I was in required that we lose 10% of our body weight or we wouldn't qualify for surgery. So even before surgery, I was doing little things, little simple things. I mean, I think initially I was tracking what I was eating in MyFitnessPal. I wasn't making any changes. I was just tracking it and becoming aware of what it was I was doing. once I got that down pat, I would add a new habit. And in the beginning, they were all really super easy. I used to eat a lot of fast food, and I think one of the small steps I put into place was you can eat fast food, but you can't eat it in the car. You have to eat it at the table, or you have to go inside and eat it. You can't eat in the car. So it was all these steps that led to, over 4 years, a base of habits that over the past few months have sort of fallen away a little bit. So what I started doing about a month ago was setting some things that were sort of as non-negotiable as they could be for me that I was going to do every day, and then also to pay attention to some other things. So what were those things? The two non-negotiable things for me were to walk every day, not really for exercise so much, although it's great, and I've been walking around 10,000 steps a day, which is what we should be walking, but just to get a little time to myself and with my thoughts to start to look at this stuff and figure it out, because it wasn't so much that I'd gained a little bit of weight, but it was that all these habits that I put into place over these years, I felt like they were slipping away, and I don't want that to happen. I've worked really hard for this. So one of them was to walk, and the other was to meditate. So I have done those things, and I actually combine them. I go for a walk. Halfway there, I stop and meditate for 15 minutes. I turn around and come home. And I have done that for 29 days so far. But the other thing I've done is start to pay attention to other things. Oh, no, actually there are 3 things: walk, meditate, and weigh myself. For the whole, for this whole process, except for the last few months, I have weighed myself pretty much every day unless I was traveling. And on some trips, I actually took a scale with me so that I could weigh while I was traveling. But I had gotten out of habit of that, and it wasn't just out of habit doing it, it was out of habit because I knew I wasn't going to like what I saw. So also for the last 30 days, I have weighed myself every day. So those were the 3 non-negotiable things that I have done, and I wanted to get like kind of a streak of 30 days in before I added anything else. But I also just started looking at other habits and things that I wanted to be aware of, and I have a little app called Chains that I record if I do this every day or if I don't. So what are those things? Walk, meditate, weigh, take my vitamins, drink my water, what I call positive aspects, which is just sort of journaling on the things that I love about my life. Why can't I think of these? Oh, nighttime eating. Nighttime eating. Eating in the middle of the night is a big deal for me. So I'm tracking whether I do it or I don't do it. And I'm not holding myself accountable to, getting a streak of doing this, but I'm just looking at the habits and saying, when do I do it? When do I not do it? And not hiding my head in the sand about it. Drinking alcohol. When do I drink alcohol? When do I don't drink alcohol? Up to 6 months ago, I was pretty much drinking alcohol every single solitary day. And I don't do that now, but I'm tracking when I do, when I don't, what's the distance between, just to sort of be aware of it. And then on the non-weight loss related track, the other things I'm trying to track are spending at least 10 minutes a day focusing on Bariatric Badass and my website and kind of building that out. 10 minutes a day going through my financial mess, just paying attention to it, and writing a thank you note or a thank you email or a thank you text to somebody every day. So those are the things for the last month that I've been sort of tracking. The only 3 that I've done consistently for the whole month were those walking, meditating, and weighing. So I'm in the vein of being sort of kind to myself. I was like, what can I add on here that's not about fighting with my body and being pissed off at myself? So I decided what I'm going to do for the next 30 days, or I'm going to track my food in MyFitnessPal. I, want to be aware of my macros and getting back to a keto kind of place, but I'm not making that a requirement. All I'm going to do is look at it. And here's something that I have not done the whole time since I had weight loss surgery. I'm actually not going to weigh for a month. And I'm not totally sure I'm going to be able to do that, but every time I step on the scale and it's not what I want, it sets these thoughts and these voices inside my head that are saying shitty things that don't contribute to me, treating myself or my body with kindness and care. So I'm going to try to take a month off of doing that. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if I can do it. I'm just sort of trying to make peace with what's happening instead of fighting it, because fighting it has never really worked. I know that if I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do from a habit perspective, that it's not going to matter if I weigh every day or not. And if I'm not doing them, it's not going to matter if I weigh every day and I don't. So anyway, it's not that I love the regain, but it's that I'm trying to change my thoughts about it. I sort of feel like I have to change the way, what did I read today? Change the way you see yourself, but you have to do it before the way you see yourself changes. Does that make sense? So if I stop seeing myself as a successful, healthy, fit person to every day getting on a scale and not liking what I see and saying, oh, you fat cow, whatever, that's not going to help me. So just trying to be kinder with myself through the process. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's what I'm going to give a shot at for this month. All right, I'm going to try to bring the naked truth back every other week. So hopefully 2 weeks from Sunday, 2 weeks from this last Sunday, we'll have another show. I put some ass out to quite a few people. I realized how much I missed that. I love all you guys, and thank you so much for all your support. And I will talk to you next Monday. All right, take care. Bye.